نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور انفسنا ومن سيئات اعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له واشهد ان لا اله الا الله واشهد ان محمدا عبده ورسوله قال الله تعالى يا ايها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحده وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والارحام ان الله كان عليكم رقيبا قال الله تعالى يا ايها الذين امنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم اعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما ثم اما بعد فان خير اصحاب الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الامور محدثاتها وكل محدثه بدعه وكل بدعه ضلاله وكل ضلاله في النار بلغ الرساله وعد الامانه وكشف الغمه ونصح الامه وجاهد في الله حق جهاده حتى اتاه اليقين. Establishing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a blessing to celebration to the beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and his family and his companions and all of his followers until the end of time. Inshallah, today I want to take this little moment, this is the last moment to remind myself and the brothers and sisters regarding this hadith Brother Shaykh Bashir mentioned. I'm not going to repeat the hadith again, but this hadith has tremendous benefits. So I was telling yesterday in our masjid that in 2 days, saying there are 5 speakers, still cannot complete, still cannot finish this, explain this hadith. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq so we can understand really this hadith and really immerse in life. Amen. So why do we need to be together in Jama'ah? That's what Allah mentioned in the hadith. He said, وتفترق أمتي على 73 ملة كلهم في النار إلا ملة واحدة قالوا ومن هي يا رسول الله؟ قال ما أنا عليه وأصحابي. This also mentioned hadith that the Jews split into 71 sects, and everybody will be in Jannah. A Christian will split into 72 sects, and my Ummah will split into 73 sects. Among them only one will go to Jannah, and everybody else will go. It's dangerous. So we have to be, we have to understand the real Jama'ah, the real sect that we should be part of. As he said, he was asked, Ya Rasulullah, who are those? Who is this sect? And then he said, the sect, the way I am and my companions are in today. In other narration, he said, Al-Jama'ah. Al-Jama'ah. It means the righteous party. We have to find the correct way. We have to find the Jama'ah. We have to find the way that the Prophet and his companions were. We have to follow the Quran and So I'm going to mention another benefits that Brother Shaykh Bashir mentioned, 3 of them. I'm going to mention the number 4th one. The lesson 4 is the era of absolute Jahiliyyah will never retire. This is a blessing for this Ummah. With the coming of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, absolute Jahiliyyah and Mutlaq, Jahiliyyah Mutlaq is never going to come back to us. Why? Because Prophet came and then he brought the message from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and he gave to us the message. So after him, there's not going to be any absolute Jahiliyyah. We're not going to go back to this dark age again. But the Muqayyid Jahiliyyah, the restricted Jahiliyyah will come time to time. As you will see, the Jahiliyyah will come as a shape of leaders, as a form of the leaders, as a form of the sects, as a form of the society. There will be lots of Jahiliyyah will come, so we have to understand the situation. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq. Prophet mentioned in hadith, he said, why the absolute Jahiliyyah will never come? Because he mentioned in hadith, and Abu Hurairah and Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, قال يحمل هذا العلم من كل خلق عروض. The knowledge will be carried by the trustworthy individuals from time to time, from every generation. That means this knowledge of some God will be carried by the individuals in every generation. There will be someone, there will be some scholar, there will be some imam who will take care of the knowledge, inshallah. As we have seen from time to time, people try to destroy the religion, people try to keep the religion. But Allah subhanahu mentioned, there will be people from every generation, those who will guard the hadith and Quran of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Those who will guard the religion. As we have seen, in every generation there is somebody who is guarding the Quran and Sunnah, who will guard the religion. And this message is being guarded by the people, subhanAllah. It's a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then he said, they will expel from it the alterations of the extremists, the lies of the fabrications, and the misinterpretations of the ignorant. And that's what we have seen. We have seen that every time when people try to give something new to religions, people try to put something in the religions, there are scholars, there are ulama, those who guarded this message from Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This is a blessing for this ummah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala preserve those ulama who are present here, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may grant, the jaza khair, the ulama who passed away, by guarding this religion. Ameen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, يُرِيدُونَ لِيُطْفِئُوا نُورَ اللَّهِ بِأَفْوَاهِهِمْ وَاللَّهُ مُتِمُّ نُورِهِ وَلَوْ كَرِهَ الْكَافِرُونَ. They want to extinguish the light of Allah with their mouth, but Allah will perfect His light, although the disbelievers dislike it. With this ayah, we can understand that there will be people who try to extinguish the light of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But there will be people, there will be bad people, there will be people who try to extinguish the light of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will perfect His religion through somebody, through some scholars, ulama, by himself. He will guard this religion, inshallah. And even in the dark time, the people of the knowledge, the trustworthy ones, preserve the message and shield it from the distortion. As we have seen, our scholars, ulama, they always guarded this message. They guarded this with the risalah from Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. However, the jahiliyyah, as I said, the restricted sense is going to come time to time. It's going to come time to time. How? It can appear such as tribalism, nationalism. I'm from this city, I'm from that country. You are lower than me, I'm upper than you, I'm higher than you. In this form and shape, the jahiliyyah will come from time to time. And it will be until the day of judgment. It can come in here as blind following, the corruption, but it will never encompass the whole globe once, inshallah. And then I'm going to mention another point, inshallah, the number 2 lesson from my part. Appreciating what Allah's favors prevents the removal. As he mentioned in the hadith that will there be any evil after the goodness, after the good days we are in, will there be evil? That means he tried to appreciate, he tried to appreciate, he was trying to teach us that we should appreciate the blessings we have. And we don't understand this point. We don't like to appreciate the blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We should all try to appreciate the blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like what has Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala given me? What has He saved me from? And how can I guard His blessings? We should ask this question to ourselves. How can I guard His blessings? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, فَاذْكُرُونِي أَذْكُرْكُمْ وَاشْكُرُونِي وَلَا تَكْفُرُونِ. So remember me and I'll remember you. And be grateful to me and do not deny me. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching us in the Quran. He is telling us in the Quran, do not deny me. And be grateful for the blessings He gave us. We should be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for all the blessings He gave us. And everything is blessings in our life. As I was coming to our brothers, when I was coming from Baku to here, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we don't find anything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not give us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us so many things. Even if we have some shortcomings, but still there is a blessings in it. My shortcomings is better than other people's shortcomings. My language is better than other people's language. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed us in so many ways. Even if we don't have anything, we are alive. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made us human beings. This is a great blessing. We can say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Quran, He said, وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَغَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. And if you should count the favors of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you could not enumerate them. Indeed, Allah is forgiving and merciful. Can you please count the blessings, the favors of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? We can't. We talk to God from the morning to the Isha, the whole day, from our head to toe, everything is blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything is favors from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We can't count the blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He bestowed upon us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, He said, وَإِذْ تَأَذَّنَ رَبُّكُمْ لَئِنْ شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ وَلَئِنْ كَفَرْتُمْ إِنَّ عَذَابِي لَشَدِيدٌ. And remember when the Lord proclaimed that if you are grateful, I will surely increase you in favor. But if you deny, indeed my punishment is severe. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, if you acknowledge the favor I gave you, Allah will increase the favor, Allah will increase the blessings. So whatever the blessings we have, we should appreciate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm a healthy person. I should appreciate you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I have a good family. I have my wife, my family, my kids with me. We should appreciate. We should say thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we do appreciate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, increase our blessings. Ibn Qayyim mentioned, whoever appreciates the blessings deserves it. Whoever is ungrateful exposes it to the more. So if we, Ibn Qayyim mentioned, he said, if we appreciate the blessings, we should deserve it. Like we should appreciate and we should stay for it. We should, the brother was asking me, I don't see any lackings in me. And I told him, if you don't have any lackings, this is a fitness for you. So how do you react? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never give you anything shortage. You don't have any shortage of anything in your life. This is a fitness for you. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to see how you react in your life, with your life. That all the blessings Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you. All these blessings you should preserve. Ibn Qayyim also mentioned another in Numan Hussain, he said, فالشكر قد يكون بالقلب خضوعا وخشوعا وباللسان سناعا واحترافا وبالجوارح طاعة وانقيادا. Gratitude may be in the heart and submission and humility. The gratitude can be in the heart, but it should be submission and humility. And then he said, on the tongue, the gratitude can be shown with the tongue. Appreciation can become with the tongue. In praise and in acknowledgement. We have to praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have to acknowledge the blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then he said, or it can be the physical faculties. The blessings come with the physical faculties. By means of obedience and submission. So we should appreciate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by submission and by obedience. It means all the blessings Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us, we should appreciate Him how? By obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by submitting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we must reflect on the guidance, the community as a blessing, the scholars as a blessing, and the peace, knowledge and opportunities Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us as blessings. We have ulamas writing that subhanAllah. These are blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have our scholars, these are blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have this masjid, this is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have this blessed community, it's a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We should preserve, acknowledge, and submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us understanding. The last point I'm going to mention, inshallah, is the conflict between the truth and falsehood is eternal. The conflict between the truth and falsehood will be eternal until the day of judgment, until the day of judgment appears. There will be good and bad, there will be high, there will be shar, there always will be. It started from the beginning of the time, and the shaitan will be with us until the day of judgment. That's his job. There will be good and bad all the time. We should know the goodness, and we should know, like Shaykh Rashid mentioned, that we should know the shar. If you don't know the shar, if you don't understand the bid'ah, how can you save yourself from bid'ah? If you don't understand what is the evil, how can you save yourself from the evil? So there will be fight between the truth and the falsehood, the goodness and the bad. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran said, وَلَوْ شَاءَ رَبُّكَ لَجَعَلَ النَّاسَ أُمَّةً وَاحِدَةً وَلَا يَزَالُونَ مُخْتَلِفِينَ. Had your Lord willed, He could have made mankind one community, but they will cease to differ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, if He wanted, He could make all mankind as one community. But He did not, because He knew they will cease to differ. We will differ. There will be differentiation, there will be differing among the people. Allah knows, and He mentioned in the Quran, the truth is like the full moon, the clear, radiant, and the pure. But sometimes it becomes obscured by the clouds, ignorance, misguidance, the false scholars and propaganda. Like it comes in different shapes. Sometimes you can come with the false saying. Sometimes it comes in misguided scholars. The people will mix something good with the bad, and they will mix bad with the good, and they will misguide people. So it can come, the shar can come as a form of misguided scholars. You might see him as an imam, you might see him as a scholar, but he's misguiding you, he's misguiding the community. This is one form of shar. And then Prophet ﷺ warned us. He said, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَقْبِضُ الْعِلْمَ انْتِزَاعًا يَنْتَزِعُوهُ مِنْ الْعِبَادِ. He said, indeed Allah does not take away the knowledge by stripping it from the people. Allah will not take away knowledge from me and you. Like the Prophet said, you're going to wake up in the morning and you're going to say, no, nothing, you don't know anything. No, it's not going to be like that. Allah will take away knowledge by taking of the ulamas, the scholars. When they're there with the scholars, the ulama, Allah will take the knowledge. The Prophet, he mentioned, He takes it away with the death of the scholars until none remains. The people take ignorant one as leaders. When there will be no ulama, no scholars, the real scholars, the people will take knowledge from the ignorant. And then they are asked and they give verdicts without knowledge. And when the false neither the ulama soon, those who doesn't have the knowledge of Quran and Sunnah, they will be asked questions and then they will answer, and they will be misguided. فَضَلُّوا وَضَلُّوا. They will themselves will be misguided and they will misguide the people. That's how it's another form, another shape that we can be misguided. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us from this ulama. Ibn Abbas narrated as Rabbani scholars. The Rabbani, those who are the correct scholars, the Salihin scholars, who are those, the one who teaches people the small issues of knowledge before the big ones. The people start with the small ones. The ulama, they start with the small issues, and then they go to the big ones. When our ulama always talk about Tawheed, oneness of Allah, then some sects or you just keep teaching Tawheed the whole life. You guys don't know anything else? What is Tawheed? Well, that's what Ibn Abbas always said. The Rabbani scholars, they always come to the small. They always come from the beginning, the primary. And the beginning of everything is Tawheed, oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you don't understand Tawheed, if you don't get the Tawheed, you can't go to the other worship. Even if you have the seas of worship, it's not going to have any benefit if you don't have Tawheed. It is not from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have to understand Tawheed. You have to know our scholars, you have to know our ulama, who are the correct ulama, who are the salih ulama. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us. And then the truth mixed with the falsehood. The description of Muhammad Ibn Taymiyyah, when I mentioned, he said, وَلَا يَنْفُقُ الْبَاطِلُ فِي الْوُجُودِ إِلَّا بِشَوْمٍ مِنَ الْحَقِّ. The falsehood does not spread except when mixed with some truth. If someone comes to me and they say, you don't have to pray Salat al-Isha. Would you believe? No, nobody's going to believe. But if he comes and he says some hadith, some ayat from the Quran, he mentions some good points, and then he added some little bit of some, like something with some bad things, something with bid'ah, you never understand. And he cannot spread his falsehood unless he mixes it with the truth. And that's what the Taymiyyah mentioned. He said that falsehood cannot spread except it is mixed with the truth. We have to understand, we have to stay with the ulama, we have to stay with the scholars, whenever we have confusion. We have our ulamas, we have our scholars. We can ask them, we can talk to them, we can get guidance from them. That's why we have to come to the conference, we have to sit in the classes with the scholars, we have to sit with our imam. As Shaykh Bashir mentioned in the hadith, he said, Al-Jama'ah, stay with the Jama'ah, and stay with the Muslim Ummah, with the imam. We have to stay with the masjid, with the imam, with the scholars, but make sure it's got to be Imam of Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah. Imam of Ahlus Sunnah with the Quran and Sunnah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us There is, we are living in today's world. And false ideology with some confusion is from us. A misguided leader quoting partial verses. Those who, a misguided leader, he can come and say, he quoted some verses, and like some people come and make stories. You're going to tell them the stories, and you tear full of your eyes, and people are going to cry. But there is not even a little bit Quran and Sunnah. People come, we have seen that people, when we talk, they talk about some stories and they make people cry, and then everybody's emotional, crying. But there is no Quran and Sunnah. There is nothing but Quran and Sunnah. We need to stay away from those scholars. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala understanding. Not everyone who speaks some truth is person of truth. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran regarding important. He said, إذا جاءك المنافقون قالوا نشهد إنك لرسول الله والله يعلم إنك لرسوله والله يشهد إن المنافقين لكاذبون. He mentioned Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, when the hypocrites come to you, they say, we testify that you are the messenger of Allah. And then Allah said, and Allah knows that you are His messenger, and Allah testifies that hypocrites are liars. This ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us that people are going to come to you and claim the good things. As Munafiq came to the Prophet, they came and they said, you are the Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I know you are the Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Prophet of Allah. But at the same time, Allah is saying, the Munafiqs are the liars. So they will come, they will say lie. The Munafiq, they will not say lie. Prophet is the messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Allah is telling us that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, the Munafiqs are the liars. That doesn't mean the message is lying. But their intention, we have to understand, we have to stay vigilant, we have to stay away from those scholars, those who mix the falsehood with the truth. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us. So you must be vigilant, analyze who speaks and what they call to and what their foundation is. The truth is not judged by the personality, but the personality is by the truth. It doesn't matter how the big scholar is, it doesn't matter how the great virtue of this man is, how famous this man is, whatever he's speaking, this is the point. It doesn't matter where he's graduated from. He's from big university, but if he's not saying something against Quran and Sunnah, you can't take it. If it doesn't go to Quran and Sunnah, you cannot take it. That's why you have to stay vigilant. You have to understand the message. Yesterday, one brother was asking me, when I ask something to somebody, he's going to say this is from Quran and Sunnah, and he tell me something. How do I know this is from Quran and Sunnah? Well, I told him, you want to understand. This is your job. Allah SWT mentioned the Quran in Surah Al-Sunnah, He said, those who know and those who doesn't know, are they equal? They're not. In the day of judgment, when Allah SWT asks you, can you say, Ya Allah, I didn't testify, I didn't verify? We have to verify. If you can verify, show us, Sheikh, this is true. Ask the Sheikh here, Sheikh, this is true. And that's how you find out. You have to verify the message. Allah SWT mentioned the Quran, that's why, فَاسْأَلُوا أَحْدَ الزِّكْرِ إِن كُنتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. If you don't know, ask the people who knows. بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ وَالزُّبُورِ. With that clear, the dalil, بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ وَالزُّبُورِ, with the proof. So if I am giving you something, if I am giving you some fatwa, I got to give you some proof also. And you have to verify this proof. May Allah show us understanding. So I'm going to end here, inshallah. The final reflections. One of the final reflections, always remain connected to scholars and authentic sources. Do not be fooled with the charisma and or popular trends. Like this guy is so famous, I can listen to him, I'm going to listen to him. No. Stay with the real scholars, stay with the real ulamas, stay with the real message of Quran and Sunnah. And then be a guardian of Allah's blessings. Appreciate the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the knowledge, the peace and opportunities we have. That opportunities Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us, we should appreciate these blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And know that falsehood will always try to imitate truth and do not be deceived. The falsehood will always try to deceive the truth. And it will, we should not be deceived by the falsehood that makes up the truth. And then we should teach our family the foundation of the knowledge step by step. And begin with the basics and build our understanding. Yesterday I was talking to another brother who came here, I see with the family. And we were discussing that we have to teach our family. Without families understanding, we cannot do so many things in Islam. You cannot follow the Quran and Sunnah properly if your family does not support you. And your family does not support you unless they have the knowledge. We have, same time, we are learning Islam, we are learning Deen, our family gets to learn also the religion. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala those who have the good family. Amin. And make dua, we have to make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that keeps our heart firm upon the truth. That Allah used to say, oh, Ya Muqallib al-Qulub, Sabbit qalbi ala deen. We have to make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep our heart on the truth. I'm going to conclude here, inshallah, and the other points are going to be mentioned by Brother Abu Sa'id Ahmad here. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala listen to this given religion. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among the people of Jannah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among the people of Sunnah. Amin.